Hey, what's up, guys? It's MugenLord here, and today I want to talk about Nintendo because there's more rumors once again surfacing about a potential Nintendo Switch 2, and this time around they're talking about that Nintendo may be releasing two versions of the Nintendo Switch 2. One is going to be backwards compatible, while the others won't. So what does this actually mean? So I want to give my thoughts and opinions on this rumor, and I want to hear your thoughts on this as well. So before we dive into the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell for more gaming content here on this channel. So we're going to dive right into it. Now, if you guys didn't check out my previous video when we talked about the potential Nintendo Switch 2, where we talked about that it was able to run the Matrix Awaken, which is the Unreal Engine 5 type of tech demo that was actually presented on the PS5 in the Xbox Series X, where the rumors were speculating and saying that Nintendo in this next upcoming generation of console from this company is going to have a much beefier, much more powerful Nintendo Switch handheld hybrid console that will be able to stack up against the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. So that's quite interesting. So in this is a follow-up because it appears that maybe they're going to be releasing two different Nintendo Switches. So we're going to go to Nintendo News, or My Nintendo News, where they have a little bit of information about what could possibly happen when it comes to this. So it says, rumor, Nintendo planning to release versions of the Switch 2 without backwards compatibility. So it's a very short article. It says each day it seems that a brand new Nintendo Switch rumor is circulating, and that's definitely true. It's a whole lot of it. And the latest rumor comes from Xbox era rumor monger, and who claims to have heard from his sources that Nintendo Switch or Nintendo is planning a Switch 2 console, possibly without a cartridge slot, which won't be backwards compatible with the original Nintendo Switch games. This would mean that there are two models, one with a cartridge slot and the second an all digital version. As always, this is rumors, and as I said before, and I keep telling you guys here, these are just rumors, but I pick out certain rumors that sounds interesting to me because I always want to gauge your thoughts on it and see if we're on the same wavelength or see what perspectives are out there. And this is one I wanted to really cover, since there's a lot of people with some credible background that's been saying that, hey, it's in fact real and this, that, and the third. But anyway, so when it comes to this backwards compatibility, like, is it important or is it essential for a gaming console? Now, this is the thing. For me personally, I love backwards compatibility. I'm a gamer. As you can see, I have games all over the place, consoles, everything. So it would be fun that I can buy a new console and still be able to take that library over, physical library over, and be able to continue that experience moving forward. Now, I will give credit where credit is due when it comes to Microsoft. I think they've done a real good job having a legacy backwards compatibility with the Xbox Series S and X, where I can go back and play some of my original Xbox, the original first generation Xbox games on the Xbox Series X. I think that's really cool, and I think that is important to a lot of gamers. But when you come to the general audience, does it really matter? And it seems like when it comes to these digital type of versions of consoles, is to give consumers that option. You know, if you're a legacy gamer and you want to, in this case, as this example with the Nintendo Switch 2 rumor that they have here, you know, me being a legacy gamer, yeah, I would love to have some backwards compatibility. So I would love to get the physical version so I would be able to play. I have a shit ton of Switch games that's still in the plastics. I have a whole backlog on, and it would suck that I buy a new Nintendo Switch and then, part 2, and then I can't use any of that, which means I still have to keep my Nintendo Switch 1 around so I can play all my backlogs on Nintendo Switch 1 while I have a brand new Nintendo Switch 2 and can't carry any of that over. So I definitely understand that. But what's more interesting is that Nintendo's going to, if this is true, Nintendo going over to an all digital console. This is interesting because when it comes to Nintendo is always known to be behind. They always behind the competition when it comes to standard, to certain standards when it comes to gaming. They've done it when it came to the HD era, when games went to HD. Nintendo was still stuck on the Nintendo Wii, and then by the time they got to the Wii U, they had to learn, and development was kind of rough for them, trying to leave the standard definition and now move into high definition. Even when it comes to online connectivity, they felt they was behind the ball with that. Like, even with the Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Online is just ass. It just sucks. But they've been always behind the line. But when it comes to this console, if this rumor appears to be true, them coming out the gate with two different options is kind of like really different for Nintendo. Because I would figure that this all digital Nintendo Switch is something that will probably be another generation of Nintendo console after Switch 2. They'll probably, usher that in. But them going straight into it, it seems like they're trying to adapt. And they also see that the writing is on the wall when it comes to, like I said, physical media. And now they're trying to catch up and actually say, hey, like, let's have this version. And like I said before, in my Xbox and my acquisition of Activision Blizzard, is that Microsoft is trying to capitalize and try to be ahead of the whole all digital era that we're moving into gaming, and Nintendo don't want to be left behind in this case if this rumor is true. And I'm starting to see more and more. I asked a couple of my friends when I talked to them about this rumor of a possible all digital Nintendo Switch 2, and there's quite a few of them, and I was quite surprised that they would go with the all digital. And a lot of my brother's friends, when it comes to just digital media in general, even with the PS5, they went for the all digital PS5. It seemed like especially this younger generation is just going straight digital when it comes to a lot of this. So there is a market for this, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is true, that an all digital Nintendo Switch 2 outsells the physical, because it seems like this is where we're going. And no matter how much I don't like it, it's that I have to call it for what it is. This is physical media. The writing is on the wall, and to see this, I know that Nintendo also see it as well and don't want to be left behind on that. So this is quite interesting to see. And the fact is that this won't be backwards compatible, and it makes sense, is because you can't put any cartridges in it. But I wonder, what about the whole digital, versions of the Nintendo Switch 1 games or whatever? Or will there be some type of conversion? How would that work? But it makes sense that it won't be backwards compatible, for the fact is that it won't have a cartridge slot. So to see this, it really has me wondering, like, man, like, how powerful this machine is going to be. And we already had a rumor price mark around like $400, but I don't know, man. Like, something like the Nintendo Switch 2, able to run Unreal Engine 5, Matrix Awakened, and then now it's in the palm of your hand. I'm surprised that it's not even big in size, or wouldn't be big in size on top of that. But this is like really, really interesting, everything that we've been hearing about the Nintendo Switch 2. And I think this is the best time. The favorite aspect of being a gamer is when we get close to that next generation of console, and you start hearing the news, and you start speculating, you start wondering, what the potential outcome is going to be for this next console. How much of a splash is going to have on the industry? Is this going to redefine the industry? Is it going to redefine gaming in general, and how game developers develop their games, or what's going to be changed when it comes to future consoles from the competition itself? So Nintendo Switch 2 is about time. It's been it's been 6 years, almost 7. I would calculate or estimate. So it's about time that we start hearing this news, and the closer and closer that we get to a potential release date, we're going to hear more and more. So I'm excited to where this next console is going to be. And like I said before, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't a Nintendo Switch 2. And Nintendo just make those crazy decisions and stuff, but from where the news is becoming more and more consistent, it's in fact a Nintendo Switch 2, and I'm all for it. I'm definitely for it. Now, if it's good enough, hopefully this console be like good enough to the point where I want to like undock it, because I never undock my Switch most of the times. It's probably like 3 or 4 occasions that I actually undocked it or whatever, but I more so played on my television. And now that we have a more powerful Nintendo Switch that's coming, man, I can't wait to see what games they're going to produce for it, man. I'd love to see what they'll do with a potential sequel to Xenoblade, the 4th entry to Xenoblade. How massive Monolith Soft can now make the worlds with a much beefier, more powerful console. Can't wait to see what they would do with the upcoming Zelda game, and with the whole Breath of the Wild open world formula that they've been adding to these recent titles, and the new Mario game. And I don't even want to talk about Smash Brothers. Like, I don't even think we're gonna get a Smash Brothers anytime soon. But I mean, the sky's the limit. So I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Definitely let me know. What do you think about this rumor? Do you think that this is a possibility that there will be 2 Nintendo Switch consoles, one that's digital and one that has physical media, but with a different twist to it, that it won't have backwards compatibility if you want to go digital? Do you think that's a bad idea? Let me know in the comment section below. And what do you think of us now stepping farther and closer and closer to an all digital era when it comes to gaming? So if you like the video, hit the like button, the subscribe button for more gaming content here on this channel. This is MugenLord signing off. I'll see you game fiends later. Peace out.